Hi, this is Tom. I'm still in North Carolina in April, and today I want to talk about how last week went and also about how a lot of nutritionalists seem to make things harder than it needs to be. They see all the trees and yet they miss the forest. So what do I mean by that? Well, let me show you an internet question and answer, and then I'll tell you how I would have answered it. So let's do the weigh-in and let me explain. Alexa, what day is it?
It's Saturday, April 21st.
I'm going to fill in this week's weight, 183.8 pounds. So overall, during the last 4 weeks, I've been about 184 pounds, not much difference. So I think I've reached one of these plateau type things where you start losing weight and you get to a point and you kind of get stuck. The thing is, if you keep with it, it will eventually go through. So I'm still ahead of schedule. I wanted to be down at 185 at this point. I'm down to about 184, so I'm still ahead of schedule. And one of the reasons why it has plateaued is because I haven't been as good as I normally am. And in this particular case, at the end of the day, when I asked myself the question, how did I do today? Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night were just pure disasters. I did not do very well at all. So I was kind of pleased that this number actually went down a couple of tenths rather than up a couple of tenths. Next week I'm going to be in Orlando for both work and then later vacation, so I think this might be a challenge as well. And here's what I want to talk about this week. I mentioned that sometimes people just make things harder than it's supposed to be, and this was a classic example right here. So the question is, how long does it take for the food I ate to add weight to my body? And the answer in this article is fairly long. It talks about just about everything. Lots of words, lots of paragraphs. Then there's this statement here. While the question posed seems extraordinarily simple, I don't think there can be a simple answer to it, says this doctor. And it goes on and saying basically it all depends on what you ate and what type of body you have and how it metabolizes. And there really is no one answer. Well, I tend to disagree with that. Let's see what my answer would be for that. So if that was my website and I got asked the question, how long does it take for food I ate to add weight to my body? This would be my answer. Instantaneously. And if you need more explanation, here's another word I could use. Immediately. Let me go show you why. If I was on a scale right now and it said 200 pounds, and then I picked up this bottle of water. This bottle of water is about half a liter, 16.9 fluid ounces. It weighs just a little over a pound. So if I stand on that scale and it says 200 pounds and I pick up this bottle of water, it's now going to say about 201 pounds because this weighs about 1 pound. And it doesn't matter if I hold this bottle of water in my right hand, my left hand. It doesn't matter if I stick it down my shirt. It doesn't matter if I do this. I'm still going to weigh about 201 pounds because the scale is saying my weight plus the weight of this water. And that's true if I'm holding the water outside of my body, or if I loosen the cap and drink the whole thing and hold that 1 pound of water in my stomach, I'm still going to be 201 pounds. Here's a Paleo Caveman bar. It weighs about 1.4 ounces. Same thing. If I weigh 200 pounds while I'm not holding this up, I weigh 200 pounds plus 1.4 ounces when I'm holding it. My right hand, my left hand, my mouth, or if I take off the wrapper and I eat it and that 1.14 ounces is now in my stomach, I now weigh 200 pounds plus 1.4 ounces. That weight gain is immediate. The question is how long will it be in my system? So a better question might be, how long will the weight of the food I ate be eliminated from my body? Now, that web page that I just showed you has a better explanation for that question. It pretty much depends on the composition of the food, whether it's carbs, proteins, fat, water, fiber, etc., etc. And it also depends on the calories of the food. The more calories, the more time. Let me explain that. Here's this Paleo Caveman bar. It has 220 calories and only weighed 1.4 ounces or 40 grams here. The bottle of water that I showed you weighed a little bit over 1 pound and had 0 calories. Yet 0 calories added more weight instantaneously than 220 calories did. Because it's the weight of the food that matters to answer this question, nothing else. And here's a little tidbit for you. You can never gain more weight than the weight of the food you eat. That's something to keep in mind. That Paleo bar had 220 calories and weighed 1.4 ounces. I don't care how many calories were in that bar, you will never gain more than 1.4 ounces by eating that bar. And the calories of the water was 0 and it weighed 1.1 pounds. You will never gain more than 1.1 pounds with that bottle of water. It just can't happen. All of that weight will eventually be gone. With the water, it will be gone very quickly, and it could never add fat because it doesn't have any calories. The Paleo bar can be gone after a longer period of time because it doesn't have to burn those calories or store those calories. I guess theoretically that Paleo bar could be with you forever. If some of that gets stored as fat and you never burn it off and you just keep on gaining weight by eating additional calories. So it is a very complicated question as far as how long will it take for you to lose the weight, but it's a very easy question as far as when you will gain the weight.